I take full responsibility. It's not my fault that he came here.
Wait, huh?
It's China's fault. And you know what? It's not Joe's fault that he came here either. It's China's fault.
The final presidential debate between President Donald Trump and Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden took place Thursday night. And some of Hollywood's biggest stars were quick to weigh in on all of it. The face-off marked the politicians' second debate overall after an earlier one was canceled when Trump refused to participate in a virtual format, a change that was made after he tested positive for COVID-19. The debate was broken up into 6 15-minute segments where they chatted all things COVID-19, families in America, race, climate change, national security, and leadership. But the biggest difference between this debate and the first debate, Trump and Biden's mics were cut off during their opponents' opening statements at the beginning of each segment. Yeah, so we didn't have as many moments like this.
The radical left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen,
Oh, but still, things were heated between Biden and Trump.
we can't lock ourselves up in a basement like Joe does. He has the ability to lock himself up.
Yeah, the 45th president of the United States accused the former vice president of hiding in a basement instead of facing the coronavirus pandemic head on.
He has this thing about living in a basement. People can't do that. By the way, I, as the president, couldn't do that. I'd love to put myself in the basement or in a beautiful room in the White House and go away for a year and a half until it disappears. I can't do that.
That's a lot of basement talk, and you know Hollywood had something to say about it. Megyn Kelly quoted the prez and added, "Even Biden seemed to chuckle." While George Takei wrote, "I volunteered to put Trump in a basement for a year and a half." Then a little later, Trump claimed that New York City was dead as a result of previously being the epicenter of the pandemic.
Well, I will say this, if you go and look at what's happened to New York, it's a ghost town. It's a ghost town.
Well, some stars weren't feeling that and pushed back on Twitter. Alyssa Milano wrote, quote, "New York is not a ghost town, but Trump's failures are going to haunt our country forever." Andy Cohen chimed in, tweeting, "Currently in NYC, not a ghost town, hi." Padma Lakshmi added, "New York isn't a ghost town, you clown, and it's not your city." While Joy Behar dropped the mic, quote, "New York is not your wonderful city. New Yorkers hate you." Then when the debate turned to immigrant families in America, Trump claimed that children were being brought in by coyotes.
Children are brought here by coyotes and lots of bad people, cartels, and they're brought here and they used to use them to get into our country.
Yeah, that had people hella confused. Sarah Paulson and Kim Cattrall both tweeted about the coyote moment, while Bridesmaids director Paul Feig shared a gif of Wile E. Coyote writing, "This is who is responsible for all those displaced kids. Who knew?" Another thing to file under who knew? After Biden said this,
There's a reason why he's bringing up all this malarkey.
malarkey became the most searched word on the internet during the debate. And just in case you're about to search it now, let me save you some time. Malarkey, noun, meaningless talk, nonsense. Joe, use it in a sentence.
There's a reason why he's bringing up all this malarkey.
But the most quoted moment of the night came courtesy of Trump, defending his handling of COVID-19 while accusing China of not doing enough to prevent the spread of the coronavirus.
I take full responsibility. It's not my fault that he came here.
It's your fault, it's not your fault. Got it. When the night was done, people appeared to be split on who walked away victorious. Alyssa Milano, George Takei, and Jon Favreau praised Biden. Mark Ruffalo also praised the former VP, tweeting, quote, "Joe Biden spoke the truth with grace and poise and stood his ground against every one of Trump's lies. Hashtag Biden won." While Megyn Kelly and Kirstie Alley tweeted that the president held his ground. Kirstie tweeted that Trump came across like a presidential president.